Hi, my name is Tony Smith, and my wife Mary Smith and I are the co-founders to the Keys to Enlightenment program. The following lessons are taken from copyrighted materials belonging to our organization. To learn more about us and our program, go to www.keystoenlightenment.com. Okay, this will be the final lesson in finding your purpose in life. Okay, now that your purpose has been discovered and identified, it is time to talk about the implementation of a plan. We have found a technique that has worked very well in the past, and it was developed by Mary. It is called the 7-step goal ladder. If you like it, feel free to tell your friends about it or use it in any way that you please. It's an excellent tool that makes short work of the question of how to accomplish a goal. It works with any kind of goal, from spiritual to mundane, and it is an easy way to stay on track as you progress toward fulfillment of your goal. Since it is a 7-step goal ladder, of course, it has 7 steps. First, draw a ladder in your notebook, leaving space between the steps or blocks to write a statement. Each step will also have space for writing. The top of the 7th step will state the actual goal or projected end result, what you want. The bottom or first step will state the current condition or condition as it relates to your goal. The 5 ascending steps will each state action steps to be taken toward the goal. After each step, write celebrate, contemplate, pray. For the purpose of this exercise, the amount of time for implementation should be about 1 year. And also bear in mind that creating a new habit requires repeating a new activity for at least 3 weeks, and each step may require time, patience, and persistence to make it a part of your character. So celebrate your accomplishment of each step that you complete. The celebration should be something as simple as a glass of wine, saying congratulations to yourself, or as elaborate as a recreational evening or a gift of some kind to yourself. Then as you begin the next step, contemplate in a quiet meditative state of mind, asking yourself, what do I need to do in order to accomplish this step? And what do I need to do in order to satisfy it? Pray for guidance and courage to take the next step and the wisdom and strength to do it. Then proceed to the next step. So we have two examples that we'll be giving you to help you understand the 7-step goal ladder. And let's go ahead and start with the first one. Okay, establish where you are now. And step 1, you might write down the statement, feeling a great hunger for greater spiritual understanding and more self-esteem. Celebrate my acknowledgement of this as my current purpose in life. Contemplate my current circumstances and make my peace with them. Pray for courage and wisdom. Next, establish your 1-year goal. This is where you want to be a year from now. So this will be step number 7, the goal. To feel a strong sense of self-esteem, self-worth, and self-respect so that I honor my own life and to be my own best friend. And when completed, celebrate the beauty and power of my own spirit. Contemplate what my next spiritual goal will be, and pray for spiritual strength and spiritual wisdom. Okay, so now we need to create the middle 5 steps. Okay, step number 2 in this example, use the teachers and books that God has led me to for conscious development of expanded spiritual awareness, spiritual understanding, and spiritual character. Celebrate my decision to get on with my spiritual evolution. Contemplate how. Pray for guidance and time to follow through. Now again in this example, step number 3. Set aside time daily for 20 minutes of meditation and do it. Recognize that this will energize me and amplify my effectiveness rather than take time away from me. Celebrate the good habit that I am creating contemplate my next step in progress, pray for courage to stick to my plan. Step number 4, make a commitment to spiritual study. Get a babysitter for Thursday nights so I can attend a class on evolution, or take a 2-hour period at night each week to study spiritual reading material and then email a review related to those classes. Discuss those ideas with someone you are spiritually close to in conversation. And celebrate the ease with which I can do what I want to do when I set my intent and follow through with action. Contemplate the next step, pray for order and prosperity. Step 5. Take a new look at my immediate circle of influence and responsibility, and those people who live with you and depend on you routinely. Reassess the responsibility and make sure it matches their expectation and mine of how I am to react with them. Realize this is one of the applications of my new knowledge of self as a spiritual being and my opportunity to announce changes that I believe are appropriate to make for their good and mine. Okay, celebrate any willingness to risk resistance and calmness in redesigning this part of the way of my life. Contemplate the next step, pray for courage and wisdom. Now, step 6, continue gradually making proactive changes and making informed decisions based on my growing spiritual understanding and my changing circumstances as life proceeds. Find information, such as a book, a video, a CD on 7 habits of highly effective people, and process them. Okay, then celebrate confirmation of my spiritual knowledge as it applies to all other aspects of life. Contemplate the triumph of my arrival at the stage of maturity I now enjoy. And pray for continued progress as I continue to sustain what I have gained. Okay, we already listed step number 7 at the very beginning. So that's one example of a 7-step goal ladder. We'll give you another example right now. And the second example is the goal ladder that Mary and I used when we first started the ministry, and it is in reverse order. So goal number 7, the ultimate goal, was to have redesigned and implemented a partnership in ministry that reflects the combined knowledge, skills, talents, interests, and experience that both Tony and Mary are bringing as co-workers in spiritual service. Celebrate, contemplate the joy of this result, and pray for continuation. So again, that was the goal, step number 7. Step number 6. Promote the component of coaching through change, using lecture about adapting to change, loss, and grief. Celebrate, contemplate, and pray. Step number 5. Add Mary's books to Amazon.com and make sure that there are listing for sales as ebooks. Contemplate, celebrate, and pray. Step number 4. Design and open a preliminary website, network with other websites, make books available through the website. Celebrate, contemplate, and pray. Step number 3. Continue final edit of books and submit for updated copyright. Take new CD of books to printer with instructions. Inform ordained CMMS ministers and teachers of the APHC of the change, which were 2 organizations that existed before this one. Redesign and structure our shared lifestyle to accommodate our intent as spiritual leaders. Celebrate, contemplate, and pray. Number 2, or step 2. Register the ministry as a partnership with the new name of Keys to Enlightenment Program, the KEY program. Continue designing, promoting, and teaching classes and offering lectures and seminars at libraries and churches. Create an information document to distribute to interested people and email to current students. Inform existing group members of the change. Celebrate, contemplate, and pray. Okay, in our first step, where we were at the very beginning, Mary has had a successful, active small group ministry for over 20 years, which also has consistently provided spiritual counseling classes and a certification ordination program with training and guidance in starting ministries for students of their own. It also has served as a spiritual support group and prayer partner for its members. Tony wants to devote the rest of his life to full partnership in the ministry and spiritual services through it. Celebrate, contemplate, pray for guidance in implementation. We did accomplish all 7 of the steps of this goal ladder within the first year. Now, before you go to the next step, prepare your own goal ladder for your own specific spiritual purpose. Share the goal ladder with a spiritual friend. If none are available, please feel free to share it with Mary and I. Okay, now once that is done, there are options. A plan remains just an idea, a dream, or a wish, unless we put some action into it. Postponing until the perfect time is to not deny the urge of the Holy Spirit within if you really feel a desire to do it. Even so, it is a choice. And with everything that calls for an intentional change of some kind, we have only 3 positive options. To accept the situation as it is and make our peace with it. To change the situation within the context of its potential. And finally, to abandon the situation entirely and make a whole new start. How might that apply to the first step on your goal ladder? What would be your risk or your losses if you chose either B or C? And contemplate this. You write your choice using one of the following statements and give your reasons. Okay, A, I will make no changes in my life direction for now because, and then fill in the rest. B, I will follow my goal ladder and expand gradually into greater service to my purpose because, and then fill in the rest. B. And finally, C, I will release my life situations as it is and apply myself fully to my purpose regardless of losses because, and then fill it in. Okay, now do a creative visualization. Envision yourself living with the choice that you made. See deeply into how it will impact your life and reconfirm your reasons for choosing it. If you choose to do nothing about it for now, envision yourself living the same way you did before starting this class, only with the inner knowing of what you might do someday when you feel more free to start it. If you choose option 2, to follow your goal ladder, envision yourself stepping up to step number 2. Open your eyes and read it if you don't recall what it is, and doing the action that it suggests. If you choose option 3, envision yourself redesigning your whole life to accommodate your mission and see how it feels. Take time in the silence now to envision your next step in keeping with the decision that you made. And this concludes our class on finding your purpose in life. We wish you constant blessings and perseverance in your spiritual pursuits. Thank you.